One of the biggest shifts in my spiritual life came in 2001 when I first heard Esther Hicks channel Abraham. Do you remember that moment? I felt so much resonance, so much expansion in the idea of your vibration affects the reality that you attract into your world. I remember driving around town, listening to the recordings of events and really feeling like this is truth. And like many of you probably hearing about law of attraction or metaphysics, it was one thing to hear it and resonate and another thing to be able to hold that in my life. I would feel the expansion and then back to doubt and fear and worry and why isn't this happening and all of that drama. Nowadays, I've been in this conversation around creating your reality, manifestation, law of attraction, and there is a key phrase that people hear and misunderstand so much, and that is be in the receptive mode. What does that even mean? Well, in this video, I'm going to explain my biggest breakthroughs in this whole work that has helped me manifest so many things in all areas of my life. I'm going to share why still conscious people struggle after 10, 20, 30 years even to create what they want, even though they know all of this stuff intellectually. I'm going to take you through a practice that is going to put you in the receptive mode, a very high receptivity state, so you can feel it in your body and in your energy field, what this actually means by the receptive mode. So I want to start with an overview of what manifestation even means. How do you relate to that word? Do you love that word? Do you judge that word? Everyone and their dog seems to have an opinion about whether we should be using the word manifestation or even if it's a thing. Well, the way I think about it is it's a process. What happens in your life either can please you or not please you. And when something happens that you don't want, that is the beginning of the manifestation or a new reality phase. And so I've learned over time, finally, to not be too concerned about this feeling, this rub against, I don't want that, but to allow that to be there. I don't want that clarifies, I do want that. So that's the first step. And even just a few weeks ago, I fell into the trap of not allowing the contrast to just be there. I was finding myself stressed out about a certain thing that I had to do and I couldn't figure out what was going on. I needed help and I just kind of worked myself up into like, oh, I wish this wasn't here. And I took a moment to share it with Dada on the couch and go, oh, I'm just frustrated with this. And I haven't felt that level of frustration for a while. And I was like, what's going on here? And immediately, almost immediately, and definitely the morning I woke up, I felt so free because of that sharing. And things started occurring to solve that problem within the first few hours of that day, like miracles. And it reminded me never to push against the contrast that you're experiencing because it clarifies that which you want. Second point is when you have clarified that which you want from often the frustration or the lack, in that moment when you know this is what I want and it hits your heart in some way, it hits your energetic field, that is already being created in energetic form. It might not be in your reality, but it is in the field. It is already happening. And so the next pieces of the process are about you being in the receptive mode, which we're going to get to in a moment, to allow all the components, the collaborative components that need to come together to make this happen for you, for your family, for the world, while you stay in the receptive state. Easier said than done. A story that blew my mind in my life and will have me never doubt this process again is something was happening that was against what we were wanting a few years ago. We wanted to get out of a lease agreement to an office that we were in, and we tried to do everything. We offered a lot of money, we offered to get subletting, we offered all these things, and these people that had us in a contract wouldn't let us out. And we were like, this seems unfair, because we were being quite generous about what we were trying to do and how we were working with. And they just kept saying, no, 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 no. And this was costing us a lot of money every month. But I came back to these practices. I was like, okay, what do I want? I want to get out of this lease. That's what I want. And I clarified it, and I could feel it in energetic form that somehow, some way, this was going to happen. But every time Dada would have a meeting with these people, or we'd write another idea that we could do or could help, or they would be like, no, we're holding you to the contract. Every time I went past this building, I was like, it's already happened. It's already happened. Just staying in the receptive mode. So what was that? I'm in my body. I'm feeling highly receptive with the practice I'm going to show you in a moment. And I would just smile going past that thing. I wonder how this is going to work out. And I really could feel it. Fast forward, we were at a party, and my realtor, who was trying to sublet it for us, called and said, you wouldn't guess what happened, but I just walked in to show your office building to someone who might rent it, and all of your lights have been ripped out of the ceiling, and all the baseboards have been ripped out from there, and they've started to rip the carpet out. I'm like, why would someone be doing that? This is still under contract. This is still our space. They can't do that. We're paying for it. And then we all tweaked, probably in the same moment. Someone has gone in there and went against our lease. So just a couple of phone calls that night while the party's going on, realtor and my other realtor got together and said, yes, they cannot hold you to the lease anymore because they accidentally went into your office and ripped it all out. Can you believe that? They actually went in by mistake. They were supposed to go into the next office. Now, isn't that a fun story? Like, if you can just hold the charge, don't have to force it, don't have to do it. I mean, we were following all of the divine breadcrumbs and ideas that we could do to make this work, but you just never know. And most people would probably go past that office and every now and then go, oh, there's money draining from that, and how is this going to work? But staying in that receptive mode is about high vibration, open spaciousness, and feeling receptive through the energetic field. Once you can keep that going, it is coming to you, coming to you, coming to you, coming to you, and eventually you see it and feel it and taste it and touch it. What is the receptive mode? How do you know that you're in it or out of it? This is not a passive state. This is not about sitting on the couch, dreaming about things, sitting on the couch, hoping things come to you. This is an active, energetic state within your physical body and your energy field. So think about the sun on the most perfect temperature day, and it is beaming on your skin, and you are on the beach towel, just enjoying the warmth. When that occurs, your skin, the cells of your body relax and they start opening, receiving the sun like a plant would. Actually, that's kind of a good metaphor of the sunflower, like going toward the plant, going toward the sun, and having it open to the beam of that sun. That flower is being in the receptive mode to the sun. My earth suit, your earth suit, about being receptive to all the love, joy, support, fun, opportunities that are always pointed at you. They're all there. They're all there. But are you this flower pointing itself towards what is coming, and you're opening and opening and opening? As you open, as you become more spacious, as you connect to the cells of your body actually opening to this universal love and potential, you're going to feel your receptive state level go from maybe a 3, 4, or 5 out of 10 to a 7, 8, or 9 out of 10. And that's what I'm going to do with you now. We're going to go from maybe a 3, 4, or 5, where you might be now, today, depending on what's been happening, higher. Ready to do that? First, I want you to choose one hand, right hand or left hand. I'm going to choose my right hand. I want you to imagine, just let the other one drop to your side. I want you to imagine that this hand is like the flower and it's pointing toward the sun. And the sun is so warm and so beautiful and so enriching, and that your hand just opens to experience that warmth sinking through your skin into your cells, and your cells start to open, relax, be more receptive. Not this other hand, just this one. As a few moments pass, I want you to become more and more receptive. Imagine that all the love and possibilities and opportunities and support and friendship is just pointing at your hand, and the only job that you have is to relax and open and open. More space between the cells is what you can imagine. More space around your hand. You can feel that going up your forearm. Now, that doesn't take long for me to feel that this hand feels very different to this hand. This hand feels light. It feels open, it feels buoyant, it feels joyful, it feels expansive, and this feels heavy, flat, blah, really nothing. So you can imagine that you can train your body and your energy field to always be in this energetic state. Doesn't that feel good? So what number would you give your hand right now if 1 was depressed, 10 was I'm floating, I am taking off, and 8 was really, really high and joyful? Where is this side of your body? I would say right now for me, this is an 8. And I can then bring that into the rest of my body and notice, okay, this side needs a little upping, but all I'm doing is of receptivity. I'm not thinking something different. I'm not trying to believe something different. I'm putting myself in the receptive mode. And then the last step or phase, if you will, is to be able to hold the charge of that desire, to feel that, to know that, to enjoy that, even if it's not there yet, with this receptive mode. Not easy, but when you get practice at feeling this and you see things coming more and more, often you can trust it. Now remember that the universe may want to be taking something from you in order for it to deliver something that's even greater. Have you seen that in your life before? It's removed something, it's taken something, it's clearing something out in order for it to deliver something even higher and more beautiful than you have conceived of in your mind. And that's important to know, because so often people get stuck in, I'm in the receptive place, and then they fall all the way down because it hasn't happened. They get impatient. They feel like something must be off, and it's not true. And if you keep going deeper into the unshakable presence work that I teach, that's all about the embodiment and the energetic field, all of this law of attraction and manifestation conversation is going to make so much more sense in the reality of what you're trying to achieve. I want to take it out of the realm of, oh, I know this stuff, to I am this. And you become so unshakable in your presence and so unshakable in your receptivity that not only you become an amazing creator of your reality, But the level of non-resistance that you walk through in a normal day, a normal week, is so astronomically higher and brighter. I didn't really start this journey all the way back to 2001, listening to the first cassette tapes of Abraham Hicks. I didn't start it by wanting necessarily spiritual awakening at the level of non-resistance and true peace internally. It was because I wanted stuff. I wanted more money. I wanted the man. I wanted the great job. I wanted the great career. I wanted the house, all of that stuff. But this has led me to such stable inner non-resistance while doing hard things. And a lot of things are happening around me. So if you are on a spiritual path and maybe that unshakable inner peace is even more important to you these days than manifesting stuff, you are in the right place. I want to invite you to our upcoming free masterclass called Unshakable Presence. I'll put the link in the description below. So not only you can keep training on high receptivity states, being in the receptive mode, but how you can become the magnet for other people, how you can become a magnetic and compelling person when you are sharing your message, you're sharing what you want. This is also about unwinding tension and resistance in your field that keeps you too tight and stressed and overwhelmed than you need to be. And of course, the spiritual awakening journey at the highest level. I love to see you at Unshakable Presence, a free masterclass coming up. And if you are new to us, drop a comment below into the comments. Join us for the Awakened Life newsletter. We have 100,000 conscious leaders and entrepreneurs around the world that have come through our community at the Awakened School or come into the room here at Casa Sagrada, which is our retreat center. Would love to invite you into our community in a larger way. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the masterclass.